Good morning, everyone. Today, I, Ayush, from MCA first semester, I am very delighted to give a presentation on stored procedures and triggers. And I would like to begin. But before that, I would like to thank Neeraj sir who has given me the chance for this. Let's begin it. Okay. So, purpose of stored procedure and triggers. We will automate the database operations, okay, and we will either call them whenever required. When we are calling them whenever required at the time of need, then we will call these stored procedures. But when we want that action be carried out implicitly, indirectly, so that is known as a trigger. DB operation occurs indirectly. Now stored procedure. It is saved in the database and it will run the set of SQL queries in a logical manner, which is called a function, just like a function, and it is called wherever necessary. Now they are similar to functions. So like any programming language, they can also take input, and we call them stored procedure because they are stored in a database. That's the reason we call them stored procedure. Triggers, they are similar to stored procedures, and they have the purpose to store data in background, to create a log, or to create the backup of data. They are called automatically when any database operation is carried. Let's see that practically. For that, we will open SQL server, and I have written some queries which I will take you through. First, we are going to create the database. Then we will use the database. Okay. Here is a students table. Okay. The schema of students table is there is ID column, session, name and course. We will make the stored procedure that is going to give ID, name and course. Okay. ID, name and course. For that, we will make the table, create table students, ID integer, course session, it's varchar, name is also varchar, and course name is varchar. We are going to run this. And then we are going to insert the records into our table quickly. We can see everything is in format, and we are going to run this also. Now we have to make the stored procedure that is going to give the get session course. For that we will write create procedure get session and course. As begin, then we'll write select course session comma course name, or let's give it earlier course name and then course session. Course name comma course session from students, and then we are going to write end. Okay, we will create this and then we are going to execute it. So we'll write execute get session and course session course. We will run that query. We can see that we are getting the course name as well as the session of the course here. Okay, so now we are going to give input to our stored procedure, means we are going to give the ID and then we are going to get the records. This is the parameterized stored procedure. We'll write create procedure get details by ID. Then we are going to declare a variable. Let's take it @SID. We'll write as begin. Then we are going to write select a star from students where ID equal to @SID. then we are going to write end, then we are going to run this. SID, then we have to give the data type as well. Okay, as we can see, the procedure is created. Now how it's working? So we'll write execute get details by id @SID equal to 104. Let's take SID equal to 104. Now we are going to execute it. Now the result is obtained for ID number 104. The course session is 2024-26 and this record is fetched. Now we are going to see how triggers are made. So in the same file we'll make another table as backup students. It is the backup table, and according to its schema we can see there is backup ID, ID of that table, name of that table from students table, course from student table, and session from student table. And here we are going to write the log. Okay. In the log there will be a message that what was the reason behind deleting that record or who deleted that record. Okay, so we are going to make a trigger. Create trigger is the SQL syntax. We'll see create trigger, and this is the name of trigger, tr underscore backup students. Okay.